Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers Dino Charge review for you. These are the new Dino Cycles. We already had 3 Dino Cycles already, and now we have 2 more. We have the Dino Cycle with the Gold Ranger and the Dino Cycle with the Graphite Ranger. So basically, I think these are very similar to the other Dino Cycles, just new color combinations, look slightly different, new Rangers that they come with. Yeah, pretty much. So let's take a quick look at the packaging here. So these are somewhat from the show in a way. One of the variations is similar to how it is in the show, but then they decided to do different colors and kind of change it up a bit to give you multiple different versions, basically. And so, like, these color combinations that you see here are not on the show, they're just for the toys. But they do have really cool artwork that they feature these colors in, because this is basically blue and green, so you see those right there. So the point of these Dino Cycles is not only is it a cycle, you can break it up into 2 separate little mini dinosaurs. So they're right there. And it's ZordBuilder compatible as well, which is definitely pretty nice. There's the Gold Ranger. And the Gold Ranger, actually both these Ranger figures are basically like the 5-inch figures, but with a little bit less articulation and less paint, essentially. But there's that. Side of the box has got the Gold Ranger right there, so that's pretty cool. And then you got some really cool artwork of the cycle with the Gold Ranger, so that's what the cycle normally looks like with the color scheme there, and there's the Gold Ranger. And then obviously showing you all the different features as well. The front part of the cycle can also detach and become a weapon for the Ranger. So there's some of the other cycles as well. And obviously it's ZordBuilder compatible, so we'll take a look at all of that fun stuff. So there's that. Then we have the Dino Cycle with a Graphite Ranger, so it's got this orange and blue combination here. So there's an image of those dinosaurs right there, which looks pretty cool. Again, 2 Zord modes. There's the Graphite Ranger right there. The side of the box also shows you the Graphite Ranger. And there he is on the cycle right there, which looks pretty cool. And of course, all the different modes as well. So anyways, so I'll show you a comparison with the already released cycles as well, and we'll take a look at these. So let's do that. Let's get these open and take a look. All right, so we got the Gold and Graphite Dino Cycles out of the package. Here they are right here. So let's actually get these boxes out of the way. And let's focus on the cycles themselves. So first of all, one thing is they don't really stand up too well. You really got to like very carefully balance it. But if you just kind of just make it stand there, it's going to fall over. You know, you have to like get it to balance. There we go. Kind of like that. So they do stand, but you kind of have to get it to balance a little bit. Real quick, I'll just show you these 2 cycles here. And then I'll grab the other cycles that were previously released and get them here, so you can at least get like a side-by-side comparison of all of them. So it's basically the same thing, pretty much. Just knock them all over. Yep. So it's essentially the same thing. There's only one extra new feature that is with the new cycles. So I'll show you guys that, if I can get these all to stand up here. Try my best. They all do look pretty cool together. Just interesting color combinations, but it looks pretty cool to have like this whole set of cycles all together right here. That's pretty sweet in my opinion. I think that looks cool to have a whole team of cycles. I wish that there was something that made it easier for them to stand up though, because you know, if I were to touch one of them, they're gonna fall over like dominoes, as you saw. So you just gotta be a little careful with that, but overall they look pretty cool. The main difference here is these little things on the front. So you have this piece here and this piece here on the cycle. I just knocked that one over, and now they all fall over. So as you see, they have an extra piece here, and there's nothing on these ones. Same with this cycle has the extra piece. So they actually you could technically, if I wanted to, I could take this piece off of the cycle, and I could attach it onto this one here, and it would fit just fine. So it actually had the open area for it, but they just didn't include it, which is kind of interesting. So I guess we didn't really realize that it was missing anything there before. So that's interesting. Unless I just lost, am I like forgetting, did I like lose those pieces or something? I don't think that there were any pieces there. But so these guys, they added new weapons basically for the Rangers. So we'll take a look at that. As far as the color schemes go, this one is the one that's the most show accurate basically, and the rest are all kind of repaints. So the Red Ranger cycle, if there's one to get get the Red Ranger Cycle. That's basically the best set to get, but otherwise you have lots of other different color combinations. So anyways, we'll take a look at some other combinations a little bit later. But back to these two cycles, right? So let's take an up-close look at the Ranger figures first. So let's take the Gold Ranger here. So this is the cycle that comes with the Gold Ranger, and here is the figure right here. This Gold Ranger figure is similar, again, to the regular 5-inch one. So here's the 5-inch Gold Ranger along with this one. So same size, very similar, just obviously missing a lot of paint. There's no blue paint here or here. The black, the little dinosaur is there in gold, but there's no blue around it, no red eye outline. Even the helmet is missing some of the white paint around it. You see like the white outline right there is missing some right there. The silver on the boot right here is missing there. This whole arm piece is all different colors here, and it's just one solid color. So it's definitely a major difference there. The back is different as well. Even these little pieces that stick out are just attached to him, and even there's silver behind it, but they just made this all one color here. So definitely the belts, missing lots of paint there. This piece is actually attached to the hand versus here it's actually removable, the morpher. So there's that. And he does not come with a saber like the regular 5-inch figure. But otherwise, the articulation is the head does not move. The arms rotate around, except the shoulder pad gets in the way, so it can only rotate around that much. And it bends at the elbows. That's it. This does not rotate or anything. So the hands are permanently stuck like you're gripping motorcycles, basically. The legs move forward and back a little bit, and they bend at the knees like so. The boot does not rotate. It's a little bit of a different knee articulation than here, as you see, like the kneecap is kind of up front and it bends that way, versus here it's like kind of split in half, the way that the knee looks. So if you kind of see the difference there. So that's that. Again, these are designed for the motorcycles, but that being said, you know, like if I had wanted to, I could swap out any of these 5-inch figures and have it be with a motorcycle. Like real quick, let's take a look at the Graphite Ranger here as well. So here's the Graphite Ranger, and then if I bring in the 5-inch version right here, again, major paint differences. First of all, there's some silver up top that is now just completely gray, which makes it look kind of odd, makes it look like it's missing something on the top of its head. And the white outline around there is also missing there, so again, it feels odd. There's a lot of black and gold paint that's missing here, even the yellow that's on the actual Pachycephalosaurus, the red on there, the red on the shoulder pad, the silver around here and the white gloves, even the back, the silver here is gone. So, you know, there's that. On the other hand, they actually made this was gray and they made the silver. So that's kind of neat, but a very minor thing. And same articulation as the other one, except there's only one shoulder pad here. So on this side, you can actually rotate all the way around. So that's the difference there. This guy, the one that I got, his leg actually popped off the second I took it out of the package. So it's very loose. It's not, I don't know if it's necessarily broken in the sense that like it fits on and I can do stuff with it, but it's pretty loose. Like if I want to pull it off, it comes off quite easily. Personally, I don't really care much for these figures, so I don't mind, but just something, you know, to keep in mind. There's that. So again, you know, if I just take the regular 5-inch version here, I can try and I rotate the arms and I'll try and get them to sit on the motorcycle. So you'll see that it's the same size, and technically you could get the regular 5-inch figures to be on the motorcycle there, and it looks really cool. So that is definitely a plus. You know, if you buy this and you don't like, you know, the plain basic looking version of it, well, get the regular 5-inch figure and you have something that looks even cooler right there. So that's definitely a nice plus, that it is compatible. It's the same size figure, basically. So there's that. So let's move those out of the way. So for the actual cycles themselves, so here's the one with the Gold Ranger. This is the Gold Ranger cycle right here. And it's got a blue, kind of like it's almost like a bright blue in a way, and almost like a neon greenish kind of a color in some way. So there's that. It's got this gold blade right here. So yeah, pretty neat. This does detach. So I can pop that open, and then you just flip this around, and now I have two little mini dinosaurs right here. So in case you wanted little mini dinosaurs, that's what you can do. And then you can flip this back, and it just essentially slides in and clicks like so. And these are ZordBuilder ports, so you can of course make it ZordBuilder compatible. But it looks pretty cool. This is an interesting color combination, but it looks pretty nice. Again, they're all pretty much the same cycle, just variations of colors. This one though does come with this little weapon here, so I can pop that out, and then essentially I can make him hold the weapon. The instructions show it with the blade like here, but since his arm is permanently stuck in a motorcycle position, that's impossible. But he does have it like that. But of course, you can take this, and then I can give this to the regular Gold Ranger figure here. If I just take out the saber that he has, and I can have him hold this, and now he has this little cool weapon. So that's kind of neat to have. It would have been nice to have a bit more paint, but it is what it is. Actually, this weapon doesn't really have any paint either, so I suppose that's par for the course there. But that's a neat little thing that they added there to the cycles. So of course this can then reattach back on like so. If this just, I think this goes in. Yep, there we go, just like that. Okay, on this side here you have a bright orange and a dark blue versions of the dinosaurs right here. So of course this will split apart, and then this can flip around. Ta-da! And the weapons even add a little bit to it, to the design somewhat of these dinosaurs, which is pretty cool. They can somewhat rotate a little bit. This one can't because the wheel's up here, and then you can flip it back and ta-da! The cycles do rotate, or not rotate, but like move around nicely there. You do have this little weapon up here as well, so let's pop this one out. It's a little bit harder to get out there. There we go. Here's the Graphite Ranger. Actually, let me grab the regular, like the 5-inch version, just because it looks nicer to get a better sense of the weapon there. So that's pretty cool that you can have that there. Okay, so that is what is the difference there with these cycles. Let me just put this back in there like that. All right, so I'm gonna move the Rangers out of the way. That's all there is to these guys. Nothing special there. Now these are ZordBuilder compatible. So if I grab the Dino Charge Megazord here, let me actually reattach this piece facing up right here. All right, so Dino Charge Megazord right here. What you can do with the cycle, since they're ZordBuilder compatible, there's actually a couple different things. First of all, I can attach the cycle up right here because it's got the ZordBuilder port, even just a piece of it if I wanted to. Just break that open and attach this little guy hanging out right there. So there's a, oops, you can't even see that. So I can attach him hanging out there, or the whole cycle sitting on there like that. So lots of different ways you can do that. Or I can pop off the arms here, and then I can take these cycles and essentially just attach them right on like that. Ta-da! There you have this little combination. Now, unfortunately, because of the way the cycles are, because this piece here, you can't really move it back, and you can't move it down because then it gets in the way of the leg here. So really, the arms are stuck in this position. They can't really move up and down because of the rest of the Megazord. But it looks really interesting. Definitely an interesting little combination there. Yeah, you could if you even wanted to. Oops, I just popped off the helmet. It flew somewhere. There it is. You could, if you wanted to, attach it like to the leg here or something if you wanted, like that. So you can come up with all sorts of crazy combinations however you want. So that's pretty neat. With ZordBuilder, the possibilities are truly endless. That's pretty cool. I will also grab, I'll put this back together right here, move this away. I'll grab the Dino Charge Megazord right here. And of course, you know, you can get them to sit up top here because there's ZordBuilder ports on the shoulders there, so that is nice right there. Or I can just pop off the arms here and then pop on these cycles. Bam, just like that. So it looks kind of interesting, definitely. Again, you can't really move the arms. You can move them up a little bit, but moving them down is a little hard. So you can make them go like this. Which looks really interesting right there, definitely, but pretty neat. You know, again, you can come up with your own random combinations for stuff. That's the nice thing about ZordBuilder. And now I'm like breaking off all these other pieces here. So ZordBuilder is definitely nice in that regard. But also because, you know, if you have multiple different cycles, right? I mean, there's so much that you can really even do with those cycles. All right, I'm just gonna move the Terracharged Megazord to the side. So with these cycles, because we have 5 different versions of these, right? So we have these guys right here. So I'm gonna take off the Rangers. And what you'll find is you can combine these things into whatever combinations you want. For example, I'll just take the 2 that it came with right here. What if you want an all blue cycle, right? Well, let's pop this piece off, pop this one off, and attach these together. Bam! Now obviously different shades of blue, but that looks pretty cool. And then now you have this super bright looking, bright orange and green cycle, which definitely looks pretty interesting too. So that's neat. I mean, there's lots of combinations that you can do. And again, because these can be mixed and matched, you know, I can also take, you know, if I have these guys, I'm like, you know what? I want to take a yellow and green one. So I'll take this cycle and I'll pop this off here and make this combo right here. So it is compatible with the older cycles because it's basically the same model, same kind of cycle as before. So that is definitely pretty neat. So it gives you even more playability if you have multiple cycles as well. So that is that. But these are the 2 new cycles right here, the Gold Ranger cycle and the Graphite Ranger cycle. Personally, I think, you know, kids may like it, but there's only so many cycles you can really get before you're tired of the cycles. So it's a matter of, you know, which ones you want, which color combinations you want. And these guys come with some cool little weapons, so that's neat. Personally, if there's any one cycle you're gonna get, I still recommend this one because it's the most show accurate. Still not completely, but the most show accurate at least. But these guys are some fun color combinations as well. So if you really like the cycles, if you really like ZordBuilder, then these give you more fun little options to include as well. Otherwise, you can probably pass. None of these come with any Dino Chargers as well. So if you're one of the people that collects Dino Chargers, then you can pass on this as well. But anyways, these are the new Dino Cycles. Hope you guys enjoy this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Gold Ranger and Graphite Ranger Dino Cycles. Coming up next is the Dino Spike Battle Sword. This thing is massive. It looks awesome. Really cool packaging. I'm excited about this, so I hope you guys are too. So if you want to see this review, please subscribe. Get ready. This review is on its way. Also, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/theworldofha. Follow me on Twitter at HussanAhmed120, and check out theworldofha.com for all the latest news as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.